is Sunday, January 24th, 2021, and welcome to a bonus episode of The Early Edge, powered by SportsLine. We're in your feed every single day before 11 a.m., and we do it all in 10 minutes or less. The clock is running, and I got to tell you, part of the reason we started The Early Edge is we wanted to create a community of people that we can enjoy winning, and then days like yesterday, losing together. But that's part of sports betting. It's part of what we do. We own the wins. We own the losses, but we always turn the page. So turn it with us. Let's bring in my two cappers today. And you know the names, you know the faces. To my left, he's got Chief already sporting his Chiefs jersey today. M-Squared, you had a decent day yesterday, 2-1 in hoops. Not bad. How are you?
Yeah, doing all right. The Steph Curry loss certainly stung a little bit as he didn't get to the 39.5 after 38 midway through the third quarter there. But we're ready for the Chiefs game. We're all fired up over here. So looking forward to some early morning basketball to roll into the NFL games this afternoon.
I love it. And that Steph Curry is one of those things we talk about when you pick the right play. It absolutely was the right play. And then it was a blowout, so they never brought him back in the game. But that happens, and that's sports betting. The Maestro knows all about it, but he has been on the winning side in college hoops lately. Maestro, I know you're fired up for the NFL, but also college and NBA hoops today.
Yeah, I like the fact we got a lot of early starts because they don't want to go up against those NFL games, so let's get to it.
Let's go. All right, first game on the board. We're going straight to the National Basketball Association in Orlando. 7 Eastern tip, as fate would have it. The Hornets plus 1.5. They've been a really fun team to watch so far this year. M-Squared, what do you like here?
I like the Charlotte Hornets here, plus 1.5. I think the wrong team is favored. I make them about minus 1.9 in my simulations. So pretty meaningful edge here. What we have going on, the Hornets, they're coming off a really bad loss, double-digit loss to the Chicago Bulls in a game they were favored. Meanwhile, the Orlando Magic beat the Indiana Pacers there, or they covered the spread against the Indiana Pacers in that game. So you're coming off a situation where one team is a little high, one team is down. But this is really about the health of the Charlotte Hornets, right? So they've got Cody Zeller back in there. They've got Biyombo. They've got P.J. Washington, which means they have the depth to deal with Vucevic and Aaron Gordon. And then the guards, the edge at guard for the Charlotte Hornets over the Magic right now is significant, and that's the reason why you should be betting on the Charlotte Hornets. I like them plus 1.5. Again, I make them minus 1.9 in my simulations.
Is it bad to say that LaMelo Ball is becoming one of my favorite players in the NBA to watch? I just love how he plays basketball, and he makes the Hornets, for me, a must-watch team. All right, so they're getting 1.5. All right, the Maestro now. The Milwaukee Bucks, they were the best team in the Eastern Conference, but now all of a sudden, the Brooklyn Nets are stepping to the front. The Bucks tonight, taking on the Hawks. They're giving 8. They should be motivated. 8 Eastern tip on NBA TV. What do you like in this one?
Well, you mentioned it. The Bucks have lost 2 straight big showdown games on national TV to the Nets and the Lakers, and then they had a game postponed, so they've been stewing, and they are completely healthy. And they get a Hawks team that is banged up. That's won 3 straight, but let's look who they beat. The Timberwolves twice and the Pistons. Trae Young had 43 last time, but now he has back spasms. He's questionable. He'll probably play. But, if this game starts to look ugly, are they going to play him 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes? DeAndre Hunter is questionable. Reddish and Gallinari are on minutes restrictions. I just think it's a bounce back spot for the Bucks. I got it at 7 last night on SportsLine. It is rising. Trae Young status, obviously massive, but I do love Milwaukee to win by double digits.
Translation, get that play in right now. Okay, let's stay in the NBA and go with our favorite prop of the day. M-Squared, what are you looking at?
Right to that game Larry just talked about. I like Drew Holiday over 5.5 assists in this game. This is a play that we've made before here on the Early Edge. I like it again at this number. My median number in simulations is 7.3. Huge edge over the 5.5 number. So what I like is this game is going to be relatively high paced, should be high scoring. That's going to lead to a lot of opportunities for Drew Holiday to get little dishes to Giannis and Middleton in transition. I like it a lot here. Like I said, I think that against this Atlanta team, they're clearly the better team. And when you have situations like that, things are just a little bit easier for a guy like Drew Holiday that's going to be able to penetrate and dish. I like it a lot in this spot. Another one where I think that this 5.5 number, we could get there by halftime in this one.
Interesting. All right, I like that play. Let's go out west for the Maestro's play. And the Blazers were really rolling, and then C.J. McCollum goes down. But you're looking at that as an opportunity today. Talk to me.
Yeah, and they're also missing Nurkic, 2 of their 3 best players, but I like Rodney Hood, what he did. He did nothing all season, but then they gave him a start for McCollum, and he scored 21 points in 25 minutes, and all indications is he's going to start again today against the Knicks. Gary Trent was a possibility, but they like him coming off the bench. He's mainly a catch-and-shoot guy, and Reggie Bullock is doubtful for the Knicks, and he's a long defender, so I think Hood is going to have opportunities. His number is only 10.5, and, I've taken some props on the NFL show that were juiced, minus 125, minus 125. Well, this is even money on Rodney Hood to get 11 points, go over 10.5.
Oh, I like the number, and I like no juice either. By the way, right now, if you're not a SportsLine member, what in the world are you waiting for? We're going to give you an opportunity literally of a lifetime, and it's not going to last for very long. Use the promo code EDGE right now, and you're going to get 30 days for free. You can try out all of our top cappers and our simulations. That SportsLine app is what separates us from everybody else. Okay, next game on the board for us, we're going to college basketball, and we're going to the Big Ten. It's a noon Eastern start. M-Square, talk to me.
Yes, love this early Sunday morning Big Ten action. Rutgers and Indiana. I'm taking Indiana minus 3.5. I have them minus 5.2 in my simulations. So this Rutgers team is one that's had an up and down season. They're very high variance. They've not covered in 4 consecutive games. They're 0-4 after 4 days rest. So they've had a layoff. They're not good on these long layoffs. It's just a high variance spot for them on the road, early morning, unusual start time, especially on a Sunday morning for them here. So I like Indiana in this spot. They are going to play with a little slower pace, but they're certainly going to dictate the pace. And they're just better in simply every metric. So while the Rutgers team can come in here, get the win, even potentially a double-digit win, it is not the likely outcome here. They're just simply too high variance for me. I think that they're trending down and will continue to trend down for the rest of the season. So give me Indiana minus 3.5 at home here.
I remember that Jalen Rose used to tell me the worst thing that a basketball player could ever see on their schedule was an afternoon game on a Saturday or a Sunday. He said it was the worst. The worst. All right, Maestro, you have done a really good job of finding games that are kind of off the grid. Today, you've got another one. Give it to me.
Yeah, going to the Missouri Valley, and Loyola visits Bradley. And, normally this would be a tough place to play, but not this year. And Bradley's missing 2 key forwards. They're not starters. One is their key 6-man, and then there's another forward. They're both really good rebounders. They were out against Illinois State, and Bradley lost by 15 a few days ago. It looks like both are going to be out again against a Loyola team that is just crushing people. The last 3 wins by 36, 42, and 15 points. And we've had Tim Doyle on here say that this Loyola team is better than the one that made the Final Four. I laid it at 6.5. It is on SportsLine. It is rising. It's 7.5. I still like it. But yeah, I'm playing Loyola.
What would you play it up to?
I mean, I'm not going to lay more than 8 in this game. But I like them a lot in this game, but that would be my ceiling.
Okay, very good. All right, it's that time of the show. You know what to do. Grab your paper, grab your pencils. Here we go for the recap. M-Squared likes the Hornets plus 1.5 tonight against the Magic. Also, Drew Holiday for the Bucks over 5.5 assists. And then Indiana in the Big Ten giving 3.5 points against Rutgers. Then the Maestro, he likes the Bucks minus 8. Says this is going to be a bounce back opportunity after losing 2 big games to 2 big-time teams. Then Rodney Hood for the Blazers out west over 10.5 points. That's coming back at plus 100, by the way. And then also Loyola, who you just heard the numbers from Larry. They've been blowing people out. He would play it up to 8, but get that in right now. All right. You have your marching orders. We're ready to start a new week, and we're ready to start in a big-time way. Hopefully you enjoyed the hoops-only version of the show, but we're going to take all these tickets, the NFL, the NBA, college basketball, straight to the pay window. I'm fired up and ready to go. For M-Squared, for the Maestro, for the Jeweler, for Chief, I am the coach. Enjoy your day of sports. And remember, this is always the only place for your daily early edge.